money coming in. Know you fine as hell, body stuck on 10. 2 a.m. on my side, let me in.
Bruh, I've been hearing about this app. Like, I don't know too much about it. All I know, I've just been hearing little whispers. Not too much, just a little bit that just kind of piqued my interest. It's called the T app. First of all, I'm not surprised, but like, what, the T app? Let's just go ahead, cause I actually want to know like what the app is. Like, is it like actually on the App Store? Like, I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I feel like if I look it up right now, like it's probably on the App Store. But like, what? Y'all be blowing my mind each and every day. Like, what the?
If you've never gotten a girl's number, now is your chance because 17,000 of them just got leaked.
Wait, what?
That's awful.
Whoa.
Last week, 17,000 women were essentially doxxed in a data leak from the app. You like how I'm doing this like a newscaster? Well, last week, 17,000 women were doxxed in a data leak from the app known as T.
What?
Back to Noel for more. Yes, this app T, which was known as a dating safety tool for women, which is a highly contested point, which we will get into later.
Okay.
Basically, they got a bunch of information leaked. How the information is leaked is fascinatingly stupid, and we'll get into that later as well. But first, if you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't know what this app is, you should know that first. In essence, women can sign up for this app and they can post about men. The idea being, hey, do any of you girlies know this guy? And can you tell me a thing or two about him? More specifically, if you look at the app description in the App Store, it states, users can anonymously ask for dating and relationship advice to find support and empowerment from our community of verified women.
Bro, I just want to know who made this. Like, listen, I'm not even trying to say it's my fellow people, but whoever made this app is messy as hell. Like, whoever made the T app, bro, I gotta see their face, bro. But you know what? We probably never will, because they messy as hell. Like, and you know they loving this shit, because they probably just in there just like just watching everything just unfold, and they loving it. I know it, because they messy as shit.
Verified women is an important piece of information that I want you to remember.
Okay, verified. What does that mean?
If you look at the T-App's website, they don't describe themselves in a serious way. Navigating the modern dating scene can be daunting and scary. Hello, Dateline. But with T, you're never alone. Join a community of over 4,647,000 women dedicated to empowering each other and get access to a suite of dating safety tools made just for the FBI girlies.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. FBI girlies, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give my credit to some of y'all women, bro. Y'all really are some FBI agents. Like, genuinely. Like, I done seen on TikTok how y'all can just look at a man, a woman, or whoever, and just find their Instagram or whoever the fuck. Like, I don't know how the fuck y'all do it. That's insane. That's literally insane. And like, sometimes I be seeing people be having beef online, and they be like, nigga, is this you that live ... at this address? That's crazy. I don't know how y'all do that shit. Like, that's actually insane to me. So I never go back and forth with nobody on the internet, nigga. You got it. You got it, because there's going to be somebody that be like, nigga, this you? But I ain't gonna lie, on the game, well, actually, if you ever play PS5 or the game in general, somebody done told you your address before, at least once. I ain't gonna cap. I'll never forget when they told my cousin the nigga address. That nigga got off the game so quickly. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a nigga like, pull up. Because you probably somewhere in Virginia, Alaska. You probably nowhere near me. Pull up. I ain't gonna lie, pull up.
When I read this, I just started picturing an actual FBI campaign.
That's what, like, just double down. Just double down.
Women in the same voice.
Unless you're dealing with a serial killer. They're here cooked. I ain't gonna lie. Like, what do you do if you tell somebody to pull, like, say you double down and they triple down on your ass? Like, it's like they actually pull up. I used to have that problem. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's why I used to be like a double down nigga, and then I would be looking stupid when somebody be like, yo, I'm actually pulling up. I'd be like, raggy. But that's why you gotta get the balls. Like, that's why you gotta have, like, you know, once your balls drop, you gotta like really stand on that shit for I I was tripping back then, but I was in middle school. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in middle school dealing with some fucking like niggas that's out of high school. I ain't gonna lie. I should have told them they pull up for real. I ain't gonna count it. I got every right to shoot Joe stupid. All my folks got every right to get your in GTA though. GTA.
Are you an FBI girly? Why do it for free when you can do the real thing, paid? Lurk Discord forums and create psychological operations 100% remote. And if you're good at it, maybe we'll let you bring some of your girlies into the fold too. The FBI, it's not just for the boys, it's for the girlies too. Now that you understand the overall premise of the app, would you be surprised if it was created by a dude? It was created by a guy named Sean Cook, and his reason...
He's white? Bruh, I swear to God, I thought it was a black person. Not even like, only because he was so goddamn messy. But the fact that it's a white man, bro, what the? Hold on.
Too. The FBI.
I'm
It's not
actually,
just for the boys.
and I
It's for
thought it
the
was a woman
girls,
who made
too.
this.
Now that you understand,
You a
the
grown
overall
ass
premise
man
of the
making
app,
this?
Would you be surprised if it was created by a dude? It was created by a guy named Sean Cook.
Sean, you're a grown ass man. Look at you, buddy. You're a grown man making a T app. Hold on. When you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. Sean, you a grown man making a T app. Oh my God, Sean, boy, nah. Like realistically, this is crazy. Nigga, you a like, bro. Let's say it together. You a grown man making a T app. That's actually bombastic. That's actually outrageous. Bombastic. Boy, what the that's...
And his reasoning for that was his mom started dating online.
Okay.
She got back out into the scene. And she got catfished. And she ended up being, I guess, engaged to a guy who, I guess, had a criminal record. And she never knew that. So he thought, why don't I create an app to help others avoid this situation?
Okay.
Now, here's the problem that I find with tech, all right?
I guess.
Anyone can get into tech. And you'll see what I mean by that in a second. Here's a quote from Sean Cook back in May. He did an interview about the T app for Medium. Growing up, it was all about making music. I learned a bunch of instruments and participated in all sorts of different bands and choirs. In high school, I put this knowledge to good use and would visit an after-school program in an underprivileged part of Philadelphia where I regularly taught students music lessons. My passion for music has continued into my adult years, and I still produce pop music, play in bands with friends, and perform piano at cocktail bars. Everyone has known for at least the last 15 years that tech is a great way to get paid, right? And that's where a lot of people have gone to form careers, people have made total changes in their life to work in technology because of the bag, all right? Which, let me be clear, I'm happy for anyone that was able to improve their life by getting a job in tech. You know, I certainly did that. However, I don't know if a band kid should be running this app. Does that make sense? You know, because it's clear if you've seen the screenshots, which we'll get into later, if you've seen the way this app has just played out in culture, it was not used for its intended purpose. It's got a
Nigga,
wide...
it's called a T app. I'm sorry, bro. That a black person should have ran this app. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, a band, Sean Cook, a white man that was in band, running a T app? Bro, he didn't know what he was getting himself into. He couldn't have. There's no way. There's no way. Cause when I hear the T app, I like in my head, bro, a black person made that. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, so bro, black people, we gotta get ahead of these people, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's literally our shit. Like, literally, anybody can hop on that motherfucker. To be honest, like, if you messy as hell, why you didn't create T app? Like, you know you messy as shit. Why you didn't make that?
array of how it actually is used by people. And I just don't know if a band kid should be at the helm of that.
No.
You know, that's just my 2 cents, which I don't think is that controversial. Now, later in this interview is a quote that bites this guy in the ass with 2 rows of shark teeth. And this also calls for a
2
wardrobe
rows?
check. And I'm definitely not cutting to other footage of me talking about the same subject. Most of the app is free to use, but our suite of But our suite of oh my god, dude. I'm having a stroke.
Wait,
but our
where's it?
suite of dating
Suite of dating safety.
You can't put this in the edit. This is horrible. But our suite of dating safety tools requires a $15 a month subscription. If we could, we would make the app completely free.
Man, stop, Kevin.
Buddy, you did make it free. But we need to pay the data providers that help our users run the safety checks. Let me say it again. This is a quote that renders this guy assless. Now, taking his mother's origin story, we'll assume that this app was created with very good intentions. Now, again, the intended use of this app is for women to communicate with each other and potentially call out a guy who can't be trusted and just generally be able to look out for each other.
Okay.
A key feature to this app is that when a man is posted, he can be rated with green flags and red flags.
Okay, that's cool.
Kind of like your favorite ticketing app online, which I will not mention. Kind of like SeatGeek.
SeatGeek is crazy.
Now, whether it's optimistic or idealist, again, the app has a specific intention. It's supposed to be a private and safe space for people to share information. But how that actually plays out and how it's actually used is a lot more complicated than that. If you just look at TikTok, you know, it's a lot of Gen Z girls scaring Gen Z boys on their lives.
No, they posted me on TV. God dang it. They got me, I guess.
They posted you on TV.
Ooh.
I know, I already see it. But I'm green flag. It's good though.
No, they didn't, bro. Don't say that. No, bro, don't say that. Don't play like that.
You remember earlier when I said that each person is verified that they're a woman. That would be wrong.
All right, fellas. I'm in.
This how I
broke
look.
the barrier, bitch. I had to put on a wig and
Oh
all
my
types of
God!
shit.
Anybody can be on the T app. What the? That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know the app was gonna look like this. Nigga, dang. What if you could rate it? Can you rate yourself on the T app?
Man, bitch. Y'all hit me up and let me know if y'all want to put y'all name in this goddamn search. I'll search y'all up, man. I mean, we done infiltrated.
And
Real
if you
nigga, man.
look
Real
at
nigga.
screenshots from the app. Sometimes the posts about men just end up being like Carfax reports on a guy's dick. Funny looking small
Dang.
two-door coupe with a great personality. It's a brutal scenario for guys with small hammers because again, the point of the app is to call out creeps and freaks. And then if you got a small hammer, you just get lumped in with those guys. You know, it's like Jason Voorhees, what is it? Count Orlok, and then Stuart Little. You know, you got people going, this guy's suspect, and then the whole crowd turns and goes, and this guy has a little dick. This app existing at all is very controversial, and if you go through TikTok, you see people kind of discuss it at length.
Oh my
and I think it was
God.
a day, maybe not even a full 24 hours before the data leak happened. This guy pointed out on TikTok that using this app makes you a target. And his point being that data breaches happen all the time, and that is true. Which, by the way, this is a good reminder to all of you, change your passwords regularly. Which brings us to the breach. We have to point out that a lot of these articles sensationalize this whole thing by saying it was a hack. They make it sound as if it was a team of 10 guys taking down a bunch of servers in an Amazon warehouse, and that wasn't it at all. Essentially, some folks on 4chan just started poking at the app security, and they very easily were able to find a bunch of in-app data. More specifically, the problem was shockingly simple. T stored sensitive user data in a cloud database without any authentication.
Wow.
There were no passwords, no encryption, just a publicly accessible storage bucket. A single URL led directly to thousands of private images and documents. You could essentially say this was all in an insecure folder, which is also a great roast for a guy with no confidence. I do have to say, I think this is probably the most dude way for a bunch of women to get doxxed. In that, if you're a guy who's in a long-term relationship, or, you know, a girl in a long-term relationship with a dude, I think you both understand a dude being the culprit of a fuck-up like this. I picture a woman approaching a guy going, hey, a scammer just hit me up and let me know he has my ID and a bunch of DMs I sent, and he got it all online for free. Do you know anything about this? Yeah. He got it from a link. A link? What link? He got it from a link with all your shit, and I put it there, and
what?
there was no password. What do you mean there's no password? There's no password on the link, so he's able to just open
Walk
it.
in there and
Got
like
everything. Well, is there supposed to be a password? Yeah. Why is there no password? I forgot. The glaring issue in all of this is that when these women signed up, I believe the app told them that their personal IDs were not stored, and so they were lying about that too.
Wow.
Who knows if they were actually storing the IDs and selling the information? We'll never know, will we? So all that gets us to now, where we're seeing the fallout in real time, and obviously the fallout was brutal. The first thing people went after were the verification images people submitted to the app, meaning the selfies they took to compare against their photo IDs. And that is tough because verification photos are not flattering for anyone. You know, everyone looks like shit when they take a verification photo. Unless you're like, a peak 1% hot person, I think most verification photos take you down at least 3 points from where you're already at. So if you're a 4,
yeah, 'cause you
you're
like
definitely a 1. And if you're a 3, you're a 0. You start going negative, depending on who you are. I saw all those images and it made me think, I hope any photo I've ever taken at an airport never sees the light of day, because I know each one of those images, it looks like I got hit by a bus right before I took it. No question. I know I look fucking horrendous. Another interesting thing I noticed were all the people who made TikToks going, why the fuck would you upload your ID to a random app? And that's how I think. And it reminded me that a lot of people think the internet is like Disneyland. You know, every app, every website is carefully curated and you're safe 100% of the time, all the time. Now at this point, I want to take you all on a personal journey.
Okay.
Because, as I went to make this video, I found myself in a lot of charged up comment sections, in every facet of this story. A lot of these guys were bringing up nuanced information, and it made me realize the internet is pretty fucking annoying to use right now.
Man, I've been listening to that shit for a couple of years, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what got into y'all niggas. Y'all been like, maybe it's just me, but y'all been really extra annoying since 2020. Can't lie. Like, since 2020, bro, I just can't stand you niggas. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't be on the internet too long. I start itching. I don't know. Y'all just be making me feel nasty. Like, I don't know. I just don't like y'all. Like, I think that's what it is. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I just don't like y'all. Y'all ain't gotta like me. But the conversations y'all be having on the internet, like I said, I probably been back on social media probably like 2 weeks, bro. The fact that the Jet2 holiday shit is stuck in my head, it's been killing me. Like, I just out of random, I just like, hey, you get a Jet2 holiday. Like, I just say that out of nowhere for no reason.
Specifically Google. If you're not using, ChatGPT or Claude or some other, AI chatbot to feed you information, using Google kind of requires you to be specific, because if you're just punching words in there, everything is a fucking ad. When I first started Googling for this story about the T app, I actually didn't get a ton of news articles. I just kept getting paid ads to download the app. When I was browsing the comments on Hacker News, a lot of them kept bringing up Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Now, when I first started Googling Section 230, I just kept getting results for stadiums and trying to get me to buy tickets. Then eventually I got to the actual law. And in short, Section 230 is basically what protects free speech on the internet. Now, within Section 230, they make mention of a Good Samaritan. And that made me think, what really is the definition of Good Samaritan?
True.
And so when I search Good Samaritan, I get a bunch of ads for restaurants, and it has me sitting there thinking, why the fuck is everything an ad? It's my whole experience trying to read about this kind of felt like I was punching through the TVs at gas stations to try to get to the information that I was actually interested in. Anyways, Section 230 is pretty interesting. Like I said, it basically protects free speech. It protects websites and users from being liable for things posted either on a website or things you say online. It doesn't prevent every lawsuit. It just protects your ability to speak online generally. There are certain exceptions, which brings up a point that a lot of people are bringing up about this app, which is this legal, or how can it be legal? And really, I think this whole story kind of brings up, an interesting glimpse into the future. Section 230 addresses a question that a lot of people have about this app, which is this app legal? And we're at the end of the video. I know it's the real ones here. So now it's time for me to get dystopian and kind of morbid. First and foremost, the immediate fallout from this, which is very scary, is a ton of women have a target on their back and their personal information is out there for anybody to use. Secondly, people are bringing up the possibility for defamation suits and personal lawsuits as a result of things being posted that can't be substantiated or proven true. I know I'm guilty of throwing the word dystopian around a lot, and I think we do throw it around a lot, but I feel that in this way, it is applicable. I think specifically the part where this could lead to maybe a dehumanizing experience. I think we're all pretty familiar with the idea that we essentially surveil each other. We film each other in public, we film ourselves, we know that we're being filmed in public spaces. We know that we don't have a claim to privacy in public if a camera is pointed at you, so on and so forth. It's also worth bringing up that 2 startups have tried to do this before. This meaning creating a website where essentially people can report or, I guess, rate each other.
Okay.
I've seen it described as Yelp for people. One of these companies was called People, P-E-E-P-L-E, and the other one was Lulu, not to be confused with Dabubu or Dubai Chocolate Lululemon. But both of them were shut down for privacy concerns. They essentially got in trouble. They had to scale the app back and then eventually shut down. CNN has a long article about privacy in regards to this scenario with the T app, but there's a quote that I think is really interesting. A practical question would come up around enforcing a complaint that one's image appeared on an app without their consent. A staggering number of photos that we didn't post exist online of nearly all of us. We don't have a right to challenge the legality of every group photo ever posted on a social media platform in which we appear. Now hold on to this quote mentally if you can. I think some people would expect after a controversy like this that maybe this app gets shut down or it has to change in some way. Yeah. Section 230 is relevant in this scenario because that is what protects the T app from liability about what's posted on there. Technically, everything posted on there is free speech, provided it's just opinions. Now, that doesn't protect defamation, so someone can be, I think, personally held liable if they're posting stuff that isn't true and is damaging reputation.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I did pass the bar with ease, one try, didn't study for it, so you can trust that statement from me. No sarcasm. I'm getting carried away from the point. But, my law practice is not what we're talking about right now. Now, Section 230 does not cover doxing. That is obviously illegal. And it's worth pointing out that there is a group of people, small...
so what y'all be... I assume doxing was illegal. So, what y'all be doing illegal and y'all still be doing that shit? Y'all be telling people where people live and shit? Nigga, if I knew that, bro, I would have really charged you niggas. Oh my... Next time somebody on the PlayStation say where my address at, I'm recording your stupid ass. I'm taking you to your ass to court. I'm suing you. No cap. What?
In context of millions, but thousands of people are probably experiencing this whole story in a much more brutal way. Whether it's your identity being leaked or information that isn't true being posted about you, it opens up a big can of worms, and it reminds me of this really scary theory about the future where all encrypted data will essentially be decrypted, and pretty much everyone's personal information, anything they've ever posted online, will be available for everyone to look at. And if I could make it just one layer deeper of scaring the hoes, there's a dark thought I had when writing this, which is I think corporations would like it if all your personal information were out there.
Yeah, cause really, you giving them kind of like a filtered version of yourself, but they got everything. They know you. They know it's oh my god, what the heck?
And you can.
I don't hate the internet, but I don't know. I don't know. It's something I feel. I don't know how to describe it. It's something. Cause what the?
No longer protect who you are and protect.
That's crazy.
Really, the fabric of who you are as a person. And so they could just shut you in your home without force, sell you a VR headset, and sell you an anonymous life where you can try to be a person again. And maybe in that process, they can milk you for money or whatever it is,
What?
so that you can find a person you trust in a virtual space to eventually get back to outside again. And hopefully I'm wrong about that. You know, ultimately, I don't think this is one of those stories that can end on a positive note. I think it is just tragic and brutal in a human way. But, you know, that doesn't prevent me from being insensitive. So let's get out of here on a song. Sam, play them off.
You're done for me. Come on. But it's gotta be Drake when he was younger. Oh my god, like I see the resemblance, like the voice is there. Like he going places for sure. This might be Drake. This might be Drake. Hey bro, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. I love y'all. Do not hop on the T app. I mean, that like I ain't gonna lie. There's certain apps I ain't gotta tell y'all to hop on or hop off of or don't get. Like why should you download an app called the T app? I can see if you like a kid, you know, you like 16, 17, 18, whatever. If you a grown person download something called the T app, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of embarrassing. I can't lie to you, that's kind of embarrassing. But hey, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next video. We out.